In this video, we're going to do a little introduction to inequalities. So you'll remember these inequality symbols. This first one is greater than. This one over here is less than. Then we have greater than or equal to. And then less than or equal to. You need to know what each symbol means. So you need to just be able to look at this symbol and know that it's greater than. Greater than points to the right. Less than points to the left. So less than, left. It's pointing to the left. But you need to know that this is greater than, this is less than, this is greater than or equal to, and this is less than or equal to. Today we're going to be solving inequalities. So, solutions to inequalities. A solution of an inequality is a number that produces a true statement when it is substituted for the variable in the inequality. If we look at example 1, it says decide whether 4 is a solution of the inequality. So what this is saying is that we are going to replace the variable x with 4, and then we are going to see if we get a true or a false statement. So for example A, we have 2x minus 1 is less than 8. 2 is being multiplied by x. We are going to replace x with the value of 4 to see if we get a true or a false statement. So instead of 2x minus 1, I now have 2 times 4 minus 1. From here, we're going to use the order of operations. 2 times 4 is 8. What is 8 minus 1? 7. Is 7 less than 8? Yes. This is a true statement, so this is a solution. Let's look at example B. Instead of writing x plus 4 is greater than 9, I'm going to replace x with 4. So I'm going to have 4 plus 4 is greater than 9. What is 4 plus 4? 8. 8 is 8 greater than 9? No, this is a false statement. So no, 4 is not a solution to this inequality. On example C, instead of writing x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 1, I am going to replace 4 for x. So I'll have 4 minus 3 is greater than or equal to 1. What is 4 minus 3? 1. Is 1 greater than or equal to 1? Yes, it is. So 4 is a solution here. This is a true statement because this is greater than or equal to. 1 is equal to 1, so that's why it works. Any number that is greater than 1 would work, and any number that is equal to 1 would work. You might recall graphing inequalities. So the solution of a linear inequality in one variable is a set of all points on a number line that represents all solutions of the inequality. If you have an open circle, that means that it is not equal to. If you have a closed circle, that means it is equal to. So open circles will be used for less than and greater than. Closed circles will be used for less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. Example 2 says, graph the following inequalities on a number line. Hint, rewrite with x on the left. So if I look at example A, I have x is less than 16. I'm going to put 16 in the middle of my number line. Remember, on a number line, your numbers to the right grow larger and your numbers to the left grow smaller. You must fill in these other spaces with numbers. I'm going to choose to go up and down by ones. The number after 16 is 17. After 17 is 18. After 18 is 19. Before 16 is 15, 14, and 13. So there's my number line. Will 16 get an open or a closed circle? Well, we have the less than symbol. Less than tells me that we're going to have an open circle. I want all the numbers that are less than 16. So I am going to shade to the left. Notice with my shading, I have an arrow at the end. You must include this arrow in your shading. Everything that's shaded is a solution. So 15 is a solution, 14 is a solution, 13 is a solution. And then we keep going to the left forever with our shading. So that tells us that every number to the left of 16 is a solution. And that makes sense because all of those numbers are going to be less than 16. Let's try this again on example B. On example B, we have x is less than or equal to 7. So 7 is going to go in the middle of my number line. 8, 9, and 10. And before 7 is 6, 5, and 4. Will 7 have an open circle or a closed circle? Well, my inequality symbol is less than or equal to. When I have an equal to symbol, that means that it is closed. So I'm going to have a closed circle at 7. I want all the numbers that are less than 7. So I am going to shade to the left. Remember that your shading gets an arrow. Every number that is shaded is a solution to this inequality. This shading continues on to the left forever. If we look at example C, we have 1 is greater than or equal to x. You need to rewrite this so that x comes first. Notice how on this one, it was pointing to the left, so we shaded to the left. Same thing with this one, it's pointing to the left, so we shade to the left. That only happens when x is first. So let's rewrite this one so that x is first. My inequality symbol is pointing at the x, so you need to keep it pointing at the x. So I'll have x is less than or equal to 1. That means that 1 is going to go in the middle of my number line. After 1 comes 2, 3, and 4. Before 1 is 0, -1, and -2. Will this have an opened or a closed circle? Well, it's equal to, so it's going to be included. So it's going to be a closed circle. And then you are going to want to shade to the left because its x is less than positive 1. Don't forget to include the arrow in your shading. Let's try that again with example D. Here we have 2.5 is less than or equal to x. I want to rewrite this so that x comes first. My inequality symbol is pointing at the 2.5. So I'm going to keep it pointing at the 2.5. 2.5 is going to go in the middle of our number line. For all of these other number lines, I just chose to go up and down by ones. You can choose to go up and down by whatever you want. You just have to be consistent with your scale. So you could make this next one 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, or you could make it 3.5, or you could go up by 0.5s. You can do whatever you want. You just need to be consistent. I'm going to go up by 0.5s. So 2.5, then I would have 3, 3.5, and then 4. Over here I would have 2, 1.5, and 1. 2.5 is going to have a closed circle because it is equal to. And then I want all the numbers that are greater than 2.5, and so I am going to shade to the right. Do not forget to include your arrow in your shading.